Hello everybody, this is Justin of the Auto Expositor, the 13th of October of 2015, and I would like to debunk what we believe crisis actors are. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't crisis actors, and it doesn't mean that there aren't psyops, and it doesn't mean that there aren't staged events. However, I want to point out a major flaw in how we how we come to the conclusion that a crisis actor is a crisis actor. Well, what we have shown, whether you want to believe that certain people are narcissists or sociopaths, psychopaths, antisocial personality disorder, whatever, there is another explanation for why they can't show true empathy, right? If you have something like narcissist personality disorder or ASPD or any of these other things, it gives you the lack of showing true empathy. Now, if you might look like you can show empathy, you can imitate it very well, because these personality disorders, while disrupting the ability to make you show real empathy, it also gives you the ability to imitate it, right? And it's only when you have to show the real empathy is when you look like you're lying, right? Or it actually shows that your empathy is not true, it's false, right? So let's take that information and put it into what we believe to be a crisis actor, because most of the time when I hear crisis actors, usually the supporting argument behind it is because people say that, well, a normal person would actually cry there. This is a fake tear. It's a fake cry, whatever you want to call it, right? And most people can, pick out, a lot of people can pick out if crying is real or not. But the person with a personality disorder, such as narcissistic personality disorder, ASPD, whatever, they're unable to actually show real empathy because they're unable to connect to their emotional intelligence. Due to an alter ego at which they have created, and they can't connect with what is inside. So when you look at these people and you say that they're crisis actors, it could be the case. It could be the case. But we need to look at the supporting argument of what we have. So when we see somebody not crying, I don't know, for example, Obama, because he certainly looks like a true narcissist or psychopath or whatever, right? And you see him when he was talking about those kids, and he put the fake, the fake tear like that, right? And there was no tears. Well, narcissistic personality disorder, as well as these other ones, they inhibit the ability for true empathy. So in the speech, he can imitate empathy to those who aren't picking up on it, but those who can pick up on it, such as codependents, such as other people with narcissistic personality disorder, we have the ability to look at what is really behind it, right? And we often come to the false conclusion based on our supporting argument that real people would cry. Well, narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, they are real people, whether you want to admit it or not. They just can't exhibit the same emotions as most healthy individuals, right? So when we look at Obama, we say it's all fake. Well, no. In fact, there is another explanation. And it doesn't mean that that is necessarily the case, but why are we ruling out every other thing and calling them a crisis actor? Well, it could be the inability to process the logic, which logic can't prove, it can only disprove, right? We are failing to disprove the other possibilities that there are. That's what we're doing. And the more that we do this, the further we will confirm ourselves to believe that we're right, but we're still just not looking at what other possibilities there can be. So therefore, I'll keep this short. Just because you see someone that is not exhibiting empathy like a normal person does not necessarily mean that what had happened was real or fake. It doesn't prove anything at all. It just proves their lack to show empathy. That's all it proves. So I'd love to hear your comments on this. Please post your comments below. I'm sure I will get tons of abuse for this. However, I believe this is the truth, and you can't stop me.